Coming up on Citrus TV News, Syracuse University is part of a nationwide competition to go green.
Citrus TV reporter Jonathan Olens has the latest on new Chat and Dine program offered at SU.
An update on the Metro North train crash, which has recently undergone a federal investigation.
And a big announcement from Chancellor Kent Syverud regarding the Syracuse men's basketball team. Hello and welcome to Citrus TV News live at 6 for January 28th. I'm Allie Bauman.
And I'm Will Gerhard. We begin tonight with breaking news.
Syracuse University Chancellor Kent Syverud has just announced a self-imposed postseason ban for the men's basketball team, in effect for the current season. Syverud said in an email to the SU campus he made this decision after consulting the Board of Trustees. Once again, Syracuse University men's basketball will not participate in the ACC or NCAA tournament this year. Citrus TV's Tyler Cass will have all the details coming up in sports.
And now our top story tonight. DPS is under fire for its handling of allegations of College of Law students being drugged at off-campus parties last December. A law student reported to DPS that she and at least 3 other female students were drugged at parties being hosted by other Syracuse law students. According to a petition on change.org, the victims suffered from vomiting, seizures, and even loss of consciousness. The author of the petition says that she is one of the victims.
DPS held a personal safety forum at the College of Law yesterday to address these allegations and explain the resources available to the victims. It lasted about an hour and 120 law students attended the forum. The petition has more than 350 online supporters, and it calls the forum an inadequate response to the attacks.
Now, the petition accuses the College of Law of, quote, trying to keep reports under wraps and spreading misinformation. It goes on to demand that the dean of the law school, Hannah Arterian, personally come forward with more information. First look at the weather outside. Let's head over to Citrus TV weather anchor Monica Hammer. Monica?
We got a little break from the snow in Syracuse yesterday and saw some sun throughout the day, but that changed quickly when clouds rolled in once again. Today we saw cloudy skies and can be anticipating some more snow showers throughout the course of the night. And tomorrow morning temperatures were in the 30s and currently are at around 32 degrees with a low of 13 for the night. Winds are coming in at around 9 miles per hour, so it makes it feel a little more colder, with temperatures feeling like they're in the 20s. Taking a look at the quad cam, we can see from what remains from the snow that we got earlier this week. Many classes were canceled on Monday, but today roads and sidewalks were clear. Stay tuned for the full weather forecast later in the show to find out how much more snow we're going to receive over the next few days.
The Student Association has launched a new program this semester to allow students and faculty to meet outside of the classroom. Citrus TV's Jonathan Olens has the story.
Syracuse University Student Association has announced a new program starting this semester that will allow for students to meet with their professors outside of the classroom. The program, titled Chat and Dine, will allow for the students and professors to meet over lunch at the Goldstein Alumni and Faculty Center. Aisha Sadat, the director of Student Life for SA, says that she got the inspiration for this program from another university.
This program is actually, it's kind of like a mock of a program that's similar at the University of Rochester. We kind of just made it our own thing by making the groups a little bit more intimate, by making the groups smaller, and opening it up to not just faculty members, but staff members as well.
The program is just in its pilot stage, and Sadat hopes that it continues to stay popular and continues to be a success.
We've gotten so many applications since then, so we're hoping that it ends up being very successful and it kind of continues going on even after I graduate.
Even though the program is geared towards underclassmen, since they are still getting adjusted to college life, the program is open to everybody, including State University of New York Environmental Science and Forestry.
So basically, one of the things on the application asks what your class year is. Ideally, if we have too many students applying, we're going to mostly gear it towards freshmen and sophomores because it's their first 2 years on campus. But this is for all undergraduate students, including SUNY ESF students as well.
To sign up for the program, you can log on to the Student Association website and search Chat and Dine. Jonathan Olins, Citrus TV News.
Now, the program originated at the University of Rochester and is off to a good start here at SU. Students from all years are signing up to chat and dine with their professors.
Now, over the next 2 months, Syracuse University Orange may start to look a little more green. SU is competing in the Recyclemania, a nationwide sustainability competition among universities. Students can contribute in many ways by making small changes in their everyday lives, such as taking the stairs over the elevator and making sure they recycle plastic bottles. This year's competition has an individual component where students can earn points by texting or emailing their green activities to Recyclemania website. In honor of Black History Month, the Office of Multicultural Affairs at SU is hosting a series of events throughout February. The events kicked off yesterday and will feature speakers, musical performances, and dance workshops. This year's commemorative speaker is Umar Johnson, a psychologist who is considered to be an expert on the education and mental health of African American children. He'll be delivering the lecture tomorrow evening at 7.
A Syracuse University geologist is receiving the highest honor possible from the National Science Foundation. Assistant Professor of Earth Sciences Christopher Junium is being awarded a 5-year grant, a grant that is worth more than $500,000. Junium will be using the award to fund a study on how global warming is impacting sea creatures. The New York State Assembly finally found a permanent replacement to former Speaker Sheldon Silver. Carl Heastie, a Democrat from the Bronx, was elected to replace him. Heastie is the first African-American leader of the Assembly. Some of Heastie's focal points include passing the DREAM Act, improving the criminal justice system, and passing Governor Andrew Cuomo's full Women's Equality Act. Heastie was the leader of the Assembly's Labor Committee for the past 2 years.
After the break, weather anchor Monica Hammer will have your full weather forecast.
And we'll have the latest details on the New York train crash that shocked Westchester County last night. Stay tuned.
Block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
That's slow. That's slow and below the top.
Kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Now it's time to find out what kind of weather we can expect for the rest of the week. Citrus TV's Monica Hammer has the full forecast.
Today we saw temperatures in the low 30s with winds at around 9 miles per hour. Currently it is 32 degrees outside and starting to look like it's going to snow. Taking a look at temperatures across the northeast area of the country, we are seeing most temperatures in the high 20s and low 30s. Tonight, we're going to be seeing a slight drop in those temperatures and an increase in wind speeds. Temperatures will be in the low to mid-20s with winds at around 10 miles per hour. We're looking at some overnight snow showers that will continue into tomorrow morning. Now, if we take a look at tomorrow, we're going to be looking at some more snow showers that will continue throughout the morning, but they're going to be slowing down over the course of the day. Temperatures will continue to drop and get down to around 12 degrees. We're looking at a low of 0, so definitely bundle up with a scarf, hat, and gloves when you're heading out. Considering those snow showers, if we now take a look at the precipitation forecast over the next 48 hours, we're definitely going to be seeing some snowfall in Syracuse. We're looking at around 1 to 3 inches of snow that will be distributed over the next couple of days. If we take a closer look at the Northeast region, we're not looking at too many severe weather alerts, but people definitely need to be aware of the snow and the winter weather alerts in areas west of Syracuse, around Buffalo, and make sure to stay updated in case any of those alerts change or come to the Syracuse area. Now, taking a look at our 5-day forecast, we'll be seeing some cold temperatures over the next couple of days. We're also looking at some snowfall throughout the rest of the week with possible showers every day through Monday. Most days, snow showers are expected in the mornings and at night, but should not continue throughout the entire day. But be careful because that snow will definitely be accumulating.
So, Monica, like you said, it was a good thing today. We finally got a break from some snow. But over the weekend, it looks like we have more to come.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be snowing over the next several days, maybe through next Monday, but not too bad, just showers in the morning and at night.
That's what it looked like, and at least, in terms of on the national scale, didn't look like too much snow, so hopefully we can get an even longer break from the snow coming here together. Looking over the next 14 days, 2 weeks or so, do you think, maybe it will be a little bit lighter?
I think it'll be light, but we're still going to be seeing all of that snow accumulate over the next 48 hours, looking at 1 to 3 inches, and over the course of next week, we will be seeing more snow then, too.
Right. Well, it's what we come to expect up here in Syracuse. So.
Exactly.
Monica, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Federal investigators are in the New York City suburbs today after a train crashed onto an SUV on the tracks. This is the deadliest accident in the Metro North system's history. 6 people died when the train struck the SUV that then exploded into a fire. The fire then spread to the train's first car. The SUV was on the train tracks when a railroad crossing gate came down on top of the car, and the driver could not move away in time. The driver of the SUV and 5 people on the train did not survive, and at least 12 people were hospitalized. February has only just started, but already the number of measles cases in the U.S. is higher than a typical year. There have been 102 confirmed cases in 14 states. The outbreak started in Disneyland in Southern California. If this pace continues, the number of measles cases in 2015 will double the number from 2014. The 600-plus cases of measles last year were the most since 2000. And Obama recently introduced his $4 trillion budget, which may legalize marijuana in Washington, D.C. as early as the end of the year. D.C. voters approved the legalization of marijuana for recreational use last year, but in December, congressional leaders stopped the measure. Now, Obama's budget would remove congressional restriction and allow for D.C. leaders to spend the city's money to develop a tax for marijuana sales. If allowed by Congress, marijuana could be legal in the nation's capital by the end of the year.
Now switching overseas, Jordan has followed through with the first part of its revenge against ISIS. The Islamic group released a video yesterday showing the death of a Jordanian pilot being held hostage. The video shows the pilot being burned alive inside a cage. Jordan responded today by executing 2 ISIS-linked terrorists. The king returned to the country and has been rallying the support of his citizens and has promised airstrikes in order to defeat the group. Taiwanese rescuers have been searching throughout the night to find the 18 passengers missing after flight GE-235 crashed into a river in Taipei. A dashcam video caught the frightening final moments before the plane crashed into a river. During the day, the rescue teams used rubber rafts to save 15 passengers who were still alive in the wreckage. After dark, a crane was used to hoist the Trans-Asia Airways plane out of the water. Of the 58 total passengers on the flight, 26 have been confirmed dead and 17 are still missing. Iran and the United States may be inching closer to a nuclear deal. This according to what Iran's president told Iranian media. The 2 countries have been at odds over Iran's capacity to enrich uranium for years, but Iranian officials have been increasingly optimistic. Iran and 6 major powers are set to resume their talks later this month and hope to have a basic framework for an agreement set in March. The deadline to finish the current round of negotiations is this June.
Well, the current measles outbreak has many parents concerned about children who don't get vaccinated. Find out how many kids in New York don't get basic vaccinations after the break.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local.
Buying herbal supplements to improve memory or help falling asleep. But the Attorney General of New York is calling for 4 major retailers to pull products from their shelves. The state says many of these supplements do not contain the herbs that they're claiming.
GNC, Walmart, Target, and Walgreens were sent notices from the state saying that certain pills contain rice and wheat as fillers and don't have any actual herbs. Walmart and Target are pulling the items from their New York stores.
Well, parents who do not vaccinate their children can have a big impact on public health. This comes after the recent measles outbreak. Here in New York State, 2 to 4% of children are not vaccinated.
A public health report found most parents who do not vaccinate their children believe children get too many shots, and many fear that their children may have serious side effects. According to medical officials, choosing to not vaccinate your child against measles is the wrong decision. Some big news in the world of office supplies. Staples is buying rival Office Depot. The deal, which is said to be upwards of $6.3 billion, will reportedly save the office supplier about $1 billion per year in cost savings. Staples currently has about 1,300 locations nationwide and plans to now grow to generate higher profits on a larger scale. This purchase, which has been in the works since last December, still must be approved by regulators. The highly anticipated Girl Scout cookie season has begun, but the bad news is that their prices may go up. Some parts of the country will see the prices raised to $4 or $5. The rise in prices is due to increased operating costs from the baker, but higher prices are not expected to hurt sales, considering most people don't remember what they paid for the cookies last year.
First published To Kill a Mockingbird 55 years ago. Today it was announced that she is releasing a sequel to the book titled Go Set a Watchman. Lee completed the book in the 1950s but set it aside in favor of To Kill a Mockingbird. The book follows Scout, the little girl in her first book, throughout life as an adult. Go Set a Watchman will be published on July 14th and will be Harper Lee's second novel. In Compton, California, rap mogul Suge Knight pleaded not guilty to murder charges in a fatal hit-and-run incident which occurred last week. But shortly after he pleaded not guilty, the 49-year-old complained of chest pains and had to be rushed to the hospital. A spokesperson for Knight said they believe he had experienced the pains because he had not had access to his medicine. If convicted, Knight could face up to life in prison.
Coming up in sports, we have all the details about the breaking news today out of the Syracuse men's basketball program. Just what the postseason ban means for this team and how they will move forward. Believe it or not, there will be life after the ban, and we'll have all that and more next, so stick around.
Packers. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Night owl.
Early bird.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
united.
Even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Now it's time for This Week in Bad Stats.
Bad stats?
Horrible stats. Here goes. 132.
That's how many batters struck out 4 times in one game last season.
Wow, very good. Here's a tough one, though. 3 and 4.
No idea.
That's how many kids witnessed bullying. 3 out of 4.
That's not a good stat.
No, it's not, but it can change. Kids want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov and give them the tools they need to help prevent bullying.
There are plenty of safe ways kids can help at stopbullying.gov.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 88 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 1,000% increase in the last 40 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
The question of whether or not Syracuse basketball would make the NCAA tournament this year has been answered in severe fashion. In an email sent to students, SU Chancellor Kent Syverud announced today at around 5 p.m. that the university had self-imposed a postseason ban for this season. That means no NCAA tournament, no NIT, and no ACC tournament. The ban comes in response to an ongoing investigation into Syracuse athletics stemming from rules violations that the university self-reported in 2007. The NCAA held a hearing on the matter 3 months ago, but have not yet released their decision. The NCAA could still choose to bring further sanctions against the program, though clearly the university hopes that the self-imposed measures will preempt any further bans. Athletic Director Dale Gross and head coach Jim Boeheim both supported the ban, expressing their disappointment, however, that the current players, specifically senior star Rakeem Christmas, would have to suffer for things that occurred long before they even came to campus. Faculty athletics representative Rick Burton said that the ban helps to close this particular chapter and allows us to focus on the future. Well, last night there was no ban, there was only basketball. And postseason or no postseason, it's still something we can all enjoy, and last night was a thriller as upset-minded Virginia Tech pushed the Orange to the brink. Syracuse, Virginia Tech, no one knowing exactly what was going to come today, all just living for the moment. Virginia Tech getting things going there with Shane Henry hitting a jumper to go up 6-2, but then the big man Rakeem Christmas with a thunderous slam, and then Trevor Cooney, some good defense in the first half for the Orange, forcing turnovers. He would have the dunk there, and Syracuse would go into halftime up 34-30, but then second half, Virginia Tech started raining threes. That's Malik Muller hitting one for the Hokies. Trevor Cooney, though, responding in kind. That would tie the game up 43-43, and then down low, again, Shane Henry, big points off the bench for Virginia Tech in this one, and Virginia Tech would go up 12 with 4 minutes left in the game, but then Michael Benajay, he was huge down the stretch for the Orange, and so was the press defense. The Orange, down 12 with 4 minutes left, would come back to tie things up after Michael Benajay fouled on this play. Absolutely terrible from the free throw line throughout the contest, but with 19 seconds left, hits 2 to tie the game, and then Trevor Cooney, tenacious defense, forces the backcourt violation. Syracuse has the ball, 7 seconds left, tie game. Benajay gets trapped in the corner, goes underneath, hits the layup at the buzzer with 0.1 seconds left, and Syracuse steals this one 72-70. Well, today was National Signing Day across the country, and 25 high school football players officially signed their letters of intent to Syracuse University. 7 players also decommitted from SU, but head coach Scott Schaefer chose to focus on the positive, pointing out the strength of character of the class, 23 of whom had at least a 3.0 GPA, and he also singled out the defensive line recruits as being particularly exciting. He also had harsh words for coaches who would turn recruiting negative, disparaging those who would, quote, throw dirt on other programs.
Good kids, a high character that deserve to be at Syracuse, and
Let's handle our business the right way. You know, show the way, model the way. Yeah, that's the way you want to do it. Win, lose, or draw. You want to be able to walk on and off, in and out of this building, on and off the football field with integrity. And we try to recruit kids of integrity and try to get people involved that have their best interest.
Some good news, though, today for Syracuse athletics. Syracuse women's lacrosse was ranked #1 in the ACC preseason poll, tied with North Carolina. Star Kayla Trainer was also named a member of the preseason All-ACC team. The women start their season on February 7th with a doubleheader in the Carrier Dome, taking on Denver and Canisius.
Now, Tyler, what's on everyone's mind is why this year? Of course, Syracuse hasn't had the best season so far, but you know, you have a senior like Rakeem Christmas who's been outstanding. He's been one of the top big men in the whole country. Why are these sanctions self-imposed, and why do they have to come right now?
Well, yeah, it's definitely interesting to note that the university decided halfway through what has definitely been a mediocre basketball season to self-impose a postseason ban. A lot of people think that this was in hopes of preempting any future bans. Syracuse has a great incoming class of freshmen next year. They're definitely looking for more success next year and thinking, hey, maybe the NCAA is going to say no postseason next year. Let's try to get it out of the way now. And usually the NCAA honors self-imposed bans from universities, and hopefully this will be it for the Orange.
And so what does this mean for recruiting?
Well, the NCAA has a long history of not wanting to impact student athletes who really had nothing to do with the reason the sanctions are being imposed. And this is very much true of incoming high schoolers. So usually scholarships won't be taken away that have already been given out. So hopefully for the Orange, next year's recruiting class will remain entirely intact.
Great.
Well, thanks, Tyler. Coming up after the break, Citrus TV weather anchor Monica Hammer will tell you what you can expect tomorrow morning when you wake up. Stay with us.
My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Today, about 1 in 5 Americans is living with a disability. Over 50 million people, including many of our friends and neighbors, teachers and co-workers, heroes and leaders. 20 years ago, the Americans with Disabilities Act guaranteed every person the right to live, work, and participate fully in the American experience. We've come a long way since then, and we are committed to making even more progress in the years ahead. Visit disability.gov to see how you can help.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
And now Monica has our wake-up weather forecast.
Tomorrow we are looking at snow showers in the morning that should stop by the early afternoon. Temperatures will drop to around 12 degrees with a low of 0, so make sure to stay warm and keep out of the snow when you can.
Well, thanks, Monica. Now, some winter traditions include making snowmen, having snowball fights with friends, but in one Wisconsin town, winter means snowmobile racing in your bikini.
That's right, Allie. This weekend, an event combined beach attire with winter fun at the St. German Bikini Run. The event draws large crowds every year, raising thousands of dollars for charity.
This year, over $50,000 was collected for people battling breast cancer and their St. Germain Fire Department.
And the event brings much competition out of the competitors, with this year's winners speeding down the track at 125 miles per hour. That's all the time we have on this edition of CitrusTV News. I'm Will Gerhard.
And I'm Allie Bauman. Have a great night, Syracuse.
I don't know if you guys